Starting off the night, we have Corporation, Rolly G, and Brandon Bones taking on BDE, Aaron Matthews, Vibe for the Rspw Tag Team Championships. Vibe has never won Tag Team Championship gold before. Of course, Corporation has been Tag Team Champions quite a while.
Tag team match set for one fall, and is for the Rated R Tag Team Championship.
Here come the Corporation. All three men have Tag Team or World Champion gold. Rolly G are World Tag Team Champion in Tag Team. Our World Champion in Tag Team action tonight. The Beast is up against Jaden Giles in Extreme Rules match later on tonight. That's why it is Rolly G and Brandon Bones facing Vibe tonight. Yo, what's up, Tyrese? I'm doing good, bro. What about you? Yo, what's up, Concord? Here are the Corporation, the Tag Team Champions. The Corporation. How are you guys doing today? You doing good? Yeah, that's good, bro. Are you excited to see Corporation versus Vibe? You can still join Beast if you want. I can invite you to a party. What is up, Beast?
What up? Yo, chat, can y'all hear me? Yo, Voltage, ask the chat if they can. Oh, wait, they can't hear me? Oh, let me check the stream real quick before I do anything.
They can hear you, bro.
I don't know much about Brandon's tag partner, but I know this. Brandon Bones is. Well, Brandon Bones is in the match too. I was talking about Brandon Collins, but I guess. Well, Brandon Bones is better than Brandon Collins, so.
We have Vibe versus Corporation tonight for the Tag Team Championships. Of course, Vibe have never won Tag Team Gold in Rspw. Beast, on the other hand, is a two-time Tag Team Champion.
Yes, sir.
What's Rolly holding?
He sure is hungry.
He's trying to hold something. Who is the new voice? This is Beast, is GOAT. Make sure to go subscribe to him.
I was in the chat, whoever asked.
It was Concord.
Oh.
Brandon Bones.
Right, let's get into the action.
Tyrese, I'm not sure if you're on the card. You might be. I think you're facing Bandido tonight. Of course, they faced at Backlash last night.
Brandon Bones and BDE starting off this match.
Beast. Of course, you were at ringside.
Yep, right there.
Part of the Corporation, longest reigning Tag Team Championships in Rspw history.
They better not let me down.
Of course, WrestleMania at some point this week.
He tags BDE, not the legal man anymore. But take turns being the shit out of Brandon Bones, but Brandon Bones is not going to let that happen.
Brandon Bones is an in-ring specialist. Has multiple E-Fed appearances. But as does...
Unfortunately for Brandon Bones, he's not in the right state of mind right now. After all, he lost the IC title to JP not that long ago. He's not doing so good.
Losing the Intercontinental Champion, but remaining as Rspw Tag Team Champion, but still losing a singles title.
Let's hope he can keep this because I'm counting on him.
Beast, is it your real voice?
Yes.
Chat's asking if it's your real voice.
Yes.
Using AI.
I'm not a robot.
Tag team maneuver from the corporation.
Right. Tagged in with Rolling.
Here in
Great double team
RSPW,
right there.
here in RSPW, we want to focus more on big moves, big moments. Of course, EWF, Beast's channel, Beast eFed, go subscribe to him. Is all hardcore, all extreme wrestling, which we love to see. We have a bit of Extreme Rules tonight with Beast versus Jaden Angels. Beast,
Which I will win.
Beast, do we want to explain more about family?
Alright, I can do that. So, EWF, Extreme Wrestling Federation, where, yes, we like to have extreme matches, but also like to tell compelling stories. And you can see pretty much big moves and unexpected stuff.
Talking of unexpected, that JP winning that in a surprising moment. We have two tags here. Brandon Bones, Aaron Matthews back into the match. Now Beast,
tagging in with BDE.
Now Beast, you're part of the corporation. Do you think you have what it takes tonight to beat Vibe?
Heck yeah, I do.
Beast on the outside seems quite impressed.
My character is greatly created.
Rolly G. Bro, it's 8 right now. It ain't 8, it's 7. Springboard clothesline though.
Springboard clothesline by BDE.
BDE is such a surprisingly athletic superstar. Oh!
Oh! Nasty.
Nasty cut on the face of BDE there. Elbows to Brandon Bones. BDE! What a springboard dropkick.
BDE's on fire right now.
BDE just showing what RSPW is all about. You can see that cut on the face of BDE.
Now tagging with Rolly, BDE's in a little bit of trouble now.
You say that, BDE reverses, gets back into the ring. I'm going to break this chain. I'm going to stop BDE from being able to hit that knee of glory. There it is! Knee of glory by BDE.
Rolly could be done for.
Can y'all say Springbok? What's Springbok?
Springbok.
Now look at this tag team maneuver. Simply better, Aaron Matthews. Of course, he said he wants to win King of the Ring this year. Last year, of course, it was Rolly G who won King of the Ring. Of course, it was myself, Voltage, who won Beast's King of the Ring for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I
Well, they really
reckon-
connect with that clothesline.
I reckon Beast could win it this year. Beast is in a number 1 contenders match for
I mean,
the Intercontinental.
I'm already a king.
Damn right you are, Beast. You're facing Jaden Angels to become number 1 contender for the IC Championship tonight.
Jaden Angels, you're facing a person that's anything but an angel. In fact, you're facing the devil.
Jaden Angels only just lost his IC Championship to Eddie Jakai. Oh!
Oh, boo-hoo.
Rolly
What a
G
counter from Rolly.
Rolly has countered that Rolling Thunder with this big boot to the face of simply better Aaron Matthews. Now look at this. That's what I call being on the same page. They may
Oh, I think he was going for that mace. He had it ready. He had it ready.
Beast, you know Brandon Bones a lot more than I do. You know him personally. I just know him from a business standpoint. Superman punch.
Yeah. Superman punched by Brandon. Now it's time. Nightmare. Oh!
He
Didn't
learned
know
that
Brandon
from
Bones'
Beast.
old ass could do that.
He learned that from Beast, that Snapmare
that's fine,
Cyclone Kick. Of course, Beast's finisher being the Cyclone Kick must have taught it to Brandon Bones. Oh, Aaron Matthews with a knee to the face of Brandon Bones. Beast, from what you've seen off of Rspw so far, do you think we have what it takes to become a great independent promotion?
Honestly, yeah. I think you have all the tools you need.
Kick to the back of Brandon Bones. I've not seen that before. Kick out by the corporation's Brandon Bone. Could this be it? Unless Brandon Bones fires back.
Brandon Bones made a big mistake going for that springboard.
He rolls out the ring. Tags in BDE. Sling Blade, though, could make an opening for Brandon Bones to fire back some offense. This is a custom Brandon Bones. Went for the Hurricane Rana. And he gets it on Rolly G. Out, Beast, you being impartial, which team do you think has the advantage here tonight?
Obviously, my team.
Oh, that knee,
They
though.
got in the bag.
What a knee
Yeah,
by
there you go,
Aaron
Brandon.
Matthews.
Break it up.
This is what Rspw is all about. Tonight we are here to showcase to Beast what we are about.
Go on the corner, come and tag with Brandon. Or not.
What's the ref going to do about this? He's
I'm
just
trying
been
to choke
choked
the
out.
life out of Tyler.
Rolly needs to hit some signature offense or hit a move, a tag team move, but gets countered.
Oh shit, my parents are calling me. Be right back.
Yeah, bro. Tag team maneuver. This is what I'm talking about. This is what needs to happen. This is what the corporation need to do. They got to learn from Vibe, learn from their opponents as a springboard moonsault to Rolly G. 1, 2, kick out at 2 by Rolly G the Beast. But Beast distracting BDE. Brandon Collins, Rolling Thunder, Codebreaker. This could be it for the corporation, this could be it for the tag team champions, but Rolly G reverses. Just a chop. Concord, we're not playing as anyone, this is the computers facing each other, the AI. What's Rolly going to look for here? Slams Aaron Matthews down. He's going high risk. High risk. What's he looking for here? Rolly G needs to get this show back on the road. Rolly G sent to the corner by Aaron Matthews. And the knees. The kicks. And the big boot in the corner to Rolly. Where is Aaron Matthews going? Looks like he's taking a breather on the outside just to get his bearings back. But that could be a downfall as he hits the Rolling Thunder Stunner. Able to tag in BDE though. BDE. Knee of Glory to Rolly G. We could have new tag champs here. 1, 2. Oh, kick out by Rolly G. What a kick out by Rolly G. As BDE with the springboard clothesline. Rolly G sent to the corner by Vibe. Speaking of Vibe, you know the vibes as he's just been sent through the air, back body drop. Rolly G able to counter whatever move Aaron was going for there. Tagging in Brandon Bones. Aaron Matthews sent into the corner. Oh! Looked like he was going for maybe a springboard maneuver, but gets hit with that knee. And another knee. Of course, BDE, the more professional one out of Aaron Matthews and BDE, signed with TNA, has officially entered the Rogue State. But that could be his downfall, as the corporation may have Vibe on lock now. Keeping Vibe on their toes as Brandon Bones. But BDE reversing every little thing as a counter for every little thing that corporation is bringing on the table. Could we see new tag champs tonight? Ripcord knee by Brandon Bones. As we see springboard crossbody, BDE moves out the way. Sent to the corner, Brandon Bones. reverses, hits a Falcon arrow to BDE. BDE going to go for a tag now, gets it onto Aaron Matthews. What's he looking for here? Gets countered. Quick pin. 1. Kick out 1. Countered. 1, 2. But BDE able to break it up. BDE was lucky he was still in that ring. But going for a springboard roundhouse. Gets it. Now Beast, of course, the manager on the outside for Corporation. Counter, Brandon Bones. Sending Aaron Matthews into that LED post. Aaron Matthews able to counter. Enziguri countered. Another reversal. But big pump kick to Brandon Bones. Count of 6 now. Count of 7. Could this match end in a count out, which means the championships will not change hands. The championships will not change hands if it is a count out victory. Vibe win, but the championships do not change hands. I think Aaron Matthews just wanted to show some disrespect towards the tag champs. But nevertheless, the tag champs are still the tag champs. What a match it was. What a match it was though. As we move on to the next match of Rspw Rampage. And here comes Sean Rise. Last time we saw Sean Rise was against El Toro in a 3 stages of hell match. And he is up against Tyrese Blake. It's Tyrese Blake tonight. This is really going to showcase whether or not Sean Rise has what it takes to stay here in Rspw. Tyrese Blake, of course, a dominant former world champion, former IC champion, but never tag team champion. And there goes Tyrese. Gonna get this match started quickly now. Sean Rise making his normal match debut here. Sean Rise, of course, up-and-coming 17-year-old. Only just started his wrestling career. This is his first company he's ever been signed to. And he's here to make a name for himself on the independents. Able to dodge that rugby tackle. Get caught into Giri by Sean Rise. Sean Rise's gear, of course, inspired by Motor City machine guns. Bottom rope moonsault though, very impressive of Sean Rise to be doing that just so early on in his career. Gets caught though. He went for that maybe Hurricane Runner, gets caught with a powerbomb onto the concrete on the outside. Such fast-paced offense. Fast-paced offense by Sean Rise tonight. Goes for that drop kick to the knee. Tyrese Blake just pounding away onto the back of Sean Rise. Ayo, pause. Pause, that sounds sus, but his fists connecting with the back. As we see a kendo stick in action by Sean Rise. Now Tyrese able to fire back with a shoulder tackle to Sean Rise. Sean Rice, only a 17-year-old up-and-coming independent wrestler, standing sliced bread. So Tyrese Blake, of course Sean Rice, gonna go look for the toys. Looks like he's found a couple of them as he's setting up a bridge between the announce table and the ring, but Tyrese from behind, looking for a big maneuver, gets countered though. Tyrese with a chop block. Sean Rice, of course, only just started, had his debut match just last night against El Toro, where Sean Rice was able to get the win. He sends Tyrese on top of that ladder bridge. Oh, Tyrese able to move out the way, maneuver himself underneath that ladder, but he gets caught. What a spinning leg drop. Tyrese needs to take control over this match. And it looks like he's going to try to with that stun gun to the ladder. Gets countered there by Sean Rice. Gets countered again. Sean Rice has Tyrese up on his shoulders, set on top of that ladder. He bounced off of the steel. Sean Rice up to the top, but Tyrese just able to move out of the way. Sean has the steel chair. Hit the back with that leg lariat there. One, not even a one count. Sean Rice able to show his resiliency to kick out there. Counter by Sean Rice. Goes with that super kick. Tyrese showing why he's former world champion. Almost Grand Slam champion. Big forearm into the corner by Sean Rice. Sean Rice looks like he's got something in mind. Super kick countered. Drop kick by Tyrese. Of course, Tyrese Blake has that devastating spinning powerbomb as a finisher. But if he can even perform it. Springboard moonsault to Tyrese, that could be it. 1, 2, 3. Off of that springboard moonsault off the top rope. You jinxed yourself, Tyrese. Get the win over Tyrese Blake. It was a good match, very good match. Oh no, here he comes. KJ. Here he comes. Channel name KJ Cali. This is a YouTuber. Who is he up against tonight? Luke Wolf. Luke Wolf, an up-and-coming star from Japan. Luke Wolf trying to make his name here in Rspw. This is Luke Wolf's debut here in the Rspw Rampage. He had a single match at PLE where he was unable to get the victory, but this is his first match on Rspw Rampage. Obviously the fans, big fans of Luke Wolf. What a match this is going to be. Of course, we know it's a triple threat match. We don't know who is involved. What the hell? Nolan Omega. Nolan Omega making his Rspw 2K26 debut. This is also his singles debut. Nolan Omega making his Rspw singles debut. Nolan Omega, of course, former tag team champions with Kit Wilson, as they were the Man and Omega. Yes, for good beast. Of course, Nolan Omega, a lot of moves in his moveset which no one else in the roster can perform. But let's see what else we are going to see tonight from these three men. I'll be completely honest, I'm hoping for a win for Luke Wolf tonight. But who knows what's going to happen, as this is Rspw, where the unexpected becomes the unrealistic. Even unrealistic things become reality. As we've never... Bulldog! Springboard Bulldog there. As we already have a member of the Rspw roster busted open 30 seconds into the match. KJ Flex, of course, busted open already in his debut match. This is not a good look for someone who wants to make a good impression on their debut. All three men making a singles debut in Rspw. But KJ Flex is, I've got to say, is making the worst impression out of the three. KJ Flex, though, showing his in-ring IQ by separating his opponent and putting him in between the ropes. There's the extreme moments that happen in Rspw as the use of the bat gets suspended by KJ Flex. Now Luke Wolf trying to make a name for himself, trying to beat the brakes off Nolan Omega and KJ Flex, but KJ Flex gets reversed. Now in upside down position, reverses that, gets a kick on twisting European uppercut. KJ Flex get grabbed by Luke Wolf, who just sets him against the ropes. That drop kick by Nolan Omega set all three men off balance. Stun gun as we see Tornado DDT. Kick up by KJ Flex. What are we going to see here? GTS. Going for maybe a drop kick there. Gets dodged by Luke Wolf. Another Omega German suplex. KJ Flex able to break up that pin there. Inverted DDT by Nolan Omega. Ooh, that throat thrust. And then the arm drag. Luke Wolf only trying to show his ability to wrestle. As he hits the knees to KJ Flex. Now look at this. The ability of Luke Wolf on show here tonight against Nolan Omega and KJ Flex. As he grabs the bat. Hitting that knee with the bat. I know that's gonna stop the abilities of the springboard by Nolan Omega. But for how much longer? As KJ Flex hits the X-Plex. Or should I say the Flex-Plex. And he hits the stunner. Nolan Omega covered now by KJ Flex. 1, 2. Kick out by 2 at Nolan Omega. 2.999. KJ showing all of his signature offense. Here comes some signature offense of Nolan Omega, looks like. Gets countered. Who knows what both of them are going for when they hit the ropes with that springboard. Goes to drive against the ropes. Gets countered by Nolan Omega. KJ Flex. Going to be hit with that dragon. What the hell? I don't even know what to call that move. The Wolfplex. The Wolf Suplex. The Wolfplex by Luke Wolf. What's he looking for here? Goes for a powerbomb maybe. Gets countered by Nolan Omega. Single leg drop kick. KJ Flex attempted to hit that crossbody. Now hit the knee onto Nolan Omega. What's KJ looking for here? Just pounding down on the face of Nolan Omega. Of course, KJ Flex, a wrestler who has wrestled in multiple promotions. EFW. Tuesday Night Brawl. But what's Luke Wolf looking for? The kicks. Now Luke Wolf, a very young competitor from Japan, trying to make a name for himself, as doing now. What? He's going for the Flexplex, and he hits it without chop. Now could capitalize on the Flexplex. Sent him towards the ropes. He's now on the apron. What's KJ Flex doing? The combo and the drop kick. Luke Wolf driving him into the corner. Sends him onto the ropes. What's he doing here? Drop kick. Drive by. Got hit by Hurricane Rana by Nolan Omega on the outside. Nolan Omega turning his attention to Luke Wolf as he hits the plancha, but no one's home. Luke Wolf showing his ability to be able to dodge and reverse moves and springboards and dives. KJ Flex is taking his advantage to just mock his opponent. Hit with the bat, went for a knee, countered. Unprettier into the bulldog. Luke Wolf's face bounced off the concrete. Hurricane Rana. Shooting star press. Going for maybe a tope. Hit with the chops by Nolan Omega. Snapmare. Kick to the back. Nolan Omega. Going to be caught with a swing raw drop kick. Luke Wolf on the outside. The KJ Claymore. The Cali Claymore. Hit by KJ Flex. Luke Wolf able to break up that pin. Oh, that right hand. As he popped him up and hit that right hand. But Nolan Omega able to break up the cover. What's he gonna look for here? Hits him with on the knee. Now, love speaking at knees, he just hit a chop block to the front of his knee. He needs to get a cover. He goes for the cover. One. But Nolan Omega able to break up that cover. What a match this has been. Hits the Wolfplex. That Wolfplex so devastating as you just land on the back of your head and your neck. Could be fatal. KJ Flex countering it into a gutbuster. Luke Wolf with a chair. But he gets knocked out of his hands. Handspring. Could not deliver the move properly. He did not get all of it. But did he get enough of it? Yo, what's up, bro? You're actually in the main event of tonight, bro. But the kendo stick by KJ Flex taking out both men as he goes for a cover on Nolan Omega. 1, 2, 3. KJ Flex able to get the win in his debut match. Luke Wolf has suffered a minor injury, though he is still clear to compete. I'm sure he'll be competing next week, trying to get a win under his belt to try and make his way to WrestleMania. Here comes Brandon Bones. What's Brandon Bones here for? Brandon Bones just... This is Beast's match. Let me see, bro. Let me see. This is Beast's match. Of course, Beast facing former IC champion Jaden Angels. Extreme Rules. Could we see #1 contendership trading hands? This is to crown a #1 contender for the IT Championship. Yeah, I know, bro. It's because my mic wasn't close enough to my face, so you couldn't hear nothing. But we're back now. Could we see Beast showing off his athletic ability against Mr. Jaden Angels, world-renowned, greatest wrestler? As they're not wasting any time. Beast, of course, the owner of the EWF, anti-Rspw. He's got the corporation by his side. Kick out a 1 by Beast. Beast able to dodge that drop kick by Jaden Angels. There should be a once in a lifetime matchup. Super kick. Now dodges that and gets hit with a kick. Jaden Angels, of course, such a great competitor. Beast rolling him up. And a kick out just before 1. Yeah, bro. Beast, Hurricane Rana from the outside. From the top rope to the outside. Jaden Angels was on the outside. Beast launched himself. Goes for a chop, gets countered. Right hand gets countered. These men know each other like the back of their own hands. They've wrestled each other a couple times in the past. They know each other's secrets, they know each other's tricks. A ladder bridge set up on the outside between the announce table. I attacked my brother. I was the one that broke his Achilles. Eddie Jakai has just announced he broke his brother Kyle Kai's Achilles just to win the Intercontinental Championship from his brother. Beast was able to hit that stalling dragon suplex. Of course, Beast was some of the most insane offense. Rolly G taking off that turnbuckle pad. Rolly G, Brandon Bones and Beast, of course, all in cahoots, being part of the corporation together. What's Shane looking for here? Beast trying to counter it, gets hit with the back of the head. Jane Angels, German suplex. But Brandon Bones helping out his tag team partner, his friend, Beast. Jane Angels on the outside on the apron. Steps over that ladder. Sending Beast onto the ladder bridge. As Jane Angels, oh my god, just hits his back onto the ladder bridge. As Beast able to make a comeback here. Beast goes for the axe handle, gets caught with their right hand. Sent it into the LED screen. I'm gonna have to buy another LED screen as it hits the knee onto Beast. Jaden Angels. Jaden Angels. Send himself up to a GTS. Onto Beast. Jaden Angels. Hit the GTS. What does that mean, Eddie? Eddie Jakai obviously has a plan. Jaden Angels bounced off of the steel. Eddie Jakai has worse things to worry about tonight as he defends his IC Championship against Jaden Benson, a former Rspw World Champion, the man with the most dangerous spear, as Beast puts himself and Jaden Angels through the ladder bridge, and through the body of Jaden Angels, but Jaden Angels back up to his feet, dodges the drop kick. Now the knee. It's a Beast. But now Beast back up to his feet with the clothesline. What a match we have seen tonight between these two men. Now Beast just sent it into the steel chairs. But Brandon Bones helping out his tag team partner. Or he was. Breaking the arm of Beast. What's Jaden looking for here? Countered by Beast. Beast with the first press. And hit with the right hand to Jaden Angels. Of course, sending him into the hands of the corporation. Of course, corporation have ethos of their own. But Jaden Angels is not worried about corporation getting involved tonight. He's just worried about winning. Goes for the 450 lariat. Beast able to move out of the way. Be sent into that corner. Jaden Angels hit with the drop kick. Beast gets countered again. Rolly G sending a table into the ring. Cyclone kick. And that has won Beast many a championship, many a matches before. But maybe not match as important as this one. Jaden Angel is setting up for something big. And hits the 450 lariat, no! Unable to hit the lariat, but able to counter Beast. Jaden Angel has got him set up in the corner for something. Beast able to come back, goes for the uppercut, gets countered. Cyclone kick! Corporation cheering him on. 1, 2... Kick out by Jaden Angels at 2. We all thought it was over. We all thought Beast had the match won. But it looks like we're going to have another bridge. Another bridge to break through. Baseball slide underneath the ladder. Sets him up. Tries to, gets countered. Beast now set up on top of the ladder bridge. What's Jaden Angels going to look to do here? Goes up to the top and puts himself and Beast through the ladder bridge. But Beast able to bounce back up. That big boot shook the camera. Blooded. Jaden Angels up. Goes for the elbow drop and he hits it. Taking another turnbuckle pad off is the corporation. Beast. Buckshot lariat. buckshot lariat to Jaden Angels, who's down. Future dominance. Eddie Jakai sending some sort of ominous hints as to who he's got in the back of his mind, who he's got in the back to help him win his match tonight. But what a powerbomb to Beast, as the corporation distracting Jaden Angels for now. Beast needed some help and they were able to give it to him. One, two, three. The Beast is the #1 contender for the IC Championship. Beast is #1 contender. And it's now time for the main event of tonight.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Rated R Intercontinental Championship.
Here comes the challenger. The man challenging for Eddie Jakai's Intercontinental Championship. JB. Jaden Benson, former world champion. Former Intercontinental champion. And of course he's trying his luck again to become a 2-time IC champ. But to do that, he has to go through Eddie Jakai, which is not an easy challenge. It's not an easy mission, it's not an easy competitor to go against on the best of days when he's not champion, let alone when he's an IC champion. And I've got to admit, WrestleMania is shaking up to be one of those interesting RSPW WrestleManias, I think, in the history of RSPW. Here comes Mr. Jakai. Of course, Eddie Jakai, champion for a reason, won it just over a week ago in a triple threat match.
And his opponent, weighing in at 228 pounds.
There he is.
The Rated R Intercontinental Champion, Eddie Jakai.
Eddie Jakai, of course, IC champ, trying his luck to become the world's best IC champ in RSPW history. Main event of tonight. Looking to make it the best main event of all time. For the IC Championship. Jaden Benson. Eddie Jakai. Meeting in the center of the ring. We're going to start with some chain wrestling. And they lock up. Locking up in center of the ring. Jakai using his strength, his upper body strength, to drive JB to the corner. Of course, Jakai, not only as strong as he looks, also uber athletic, as he's just proven there. That moonsault stunned JB off the bat. course JB, owner of the world's most dangerous spear. But Eddie has to try avoid that tonight. And I believe he's going to do so. But as I say that, JB takes control of the chain wrestling. Eddie Jakai was saying he has something up of his sleeve. He has backup. He has some way to force JB to lose tonight. He gave us 2 hints: future and dominance. He said he broke his own brother Kyle Kai's Achilles. JB going for the foot stomp. Gets dodged by Jakai. Jakai, of course, amazing pro wrestler, young pro wrestler. Only just started wrestling. This is only his 3rd match. His 3rd match in Rspw. First match on the Indies. And dare I say, he has the amount of wrestling potential as once did a Daniel Bryan, as once did a Seth Rollins, but counter pin by Jaden Benson. Not even a 2 count. 1, 2, kick out at 2 by Jaden Benson. Now this match is a lot on the line. Not only the IC champ, but if Eddie Jakai loses this title defense, this could have his career on the line. Could it have been a fluke? Could him winning the championship have just been a mistake on behalf of the champion? This could be it for Eddie Jakai as he hits the elbow drop on Jakai. One, 2, 3. Eddie Jakai was unable to stop the force of that elbow drop, as JB once again able to win. Two-time IC champ Jaden Benson. Big news. Something has happened backstage. Something has happened backstage. JB is no longer medically fit to compete after his match. He's been injured. I don't know what's happened backstage, I don't know. Maybe something happened during the match. He seemed fine when he was walking down the ramp when he was celebrating his win tonight. But obviously, he's not okay now. We'll have more updates on Jakai on Jaden Benson as we know it, as we knew what's happened. I don't know what's happened, but that is it been Rspw Rampage. We'll see you guys again next week.